Today, I'm very pleased to welcome Mary Ewing and Kara Van Dyke here to talk about the newest production from Palm Canyon Theater. It's called Palm Springs Getaway. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Patrick.
Well, first of all, Kara, congratulations, because this is you gave birth to this. You wrote it during the pandemic. So tell us a little bit about Palm Springs Getaway.
I did, yes. Well, C. Lane, the co-artistic director of Palm Canyon Theater, had been talking to me for years about her idea to do a historical musical, is what she always called it. She said, our community needs this. Nobody knows what happened, how the town was formed, who was here. We have such rich history, and I'd really love to do a historical musical. So she was off doing some research, and she was going to lectures, and she was telling me about all her ideas. And I kept saying, yes, what a great idea. Yes, you should do that. I'd come watch that. And then a few years ago, she said, you know, do you think you could write it? And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll give it a try. And so on a long weekend in January of 2020, I kicked my family out and I started writing this musical. And I said to C, I said, if I get somewhere by the end of this weekend, I'll keep going. But if I fall flat, you got to find another writer.
Well, you didn't fall flat, because here it is on stage, ready to go, ready for audiences. You even wrote a couple parody songs in there too, huh?
I did. I was really scared to do that, but then when I actually did it, I had the most fun doing that, actually. It was great.
And she's right. It's a wonderful show.
And Mary, you play one of the leads in the show.
I play Mary. I think she wrote it for me.
She wrote the part for you. Of course she did. Absolutely.
Yes. I played the lead in that with two wonderful gentlemen on either side that are playing my rescuers throughout the whole show. So it's a fun musical. There's a lot of music people will recognize. The audiences, the three first shows have been sold out. So we're anticipating that we will continue with that. And with what Kara has done in the show and making it available to the public, people are coming and they're enjoying themselves, tapping their feet, saying we recognize a lot of the music. So that makes it fun for all of us. And
you do explore the history of the town a little bit, and maybe a little, you embellish a touch.
Yeah,
perhaps?
We call it historical fiction with sprinkles of history plugged in here and there. It is centered on a through line of movie. It's sort of based on the idea of maybe movies from the 30s and 40s, slapstick comedy. So you've got a couple of guys going off on a road trip to Palm Springs Getaway, and they run into a damsel in distress who's being chased by some bad guys. And so they find their way somehow through a little bit of storytelling by Mary and some time travel to the various decades, and we go from the 1880s all the way to today. So somehow we span this huge chunk of time. It moves pretty fast, but it keeps it fun and everybody on their toes, I think.
It does, and there's a lot of characters in and out of the various decades that we're passing through that people will recognize and will enjoy. Let's put it that way. We're going to leave those things as somewhat of a surprise.
All right. Well, folks, I know we're looking forward to it. You've already played to sell out crowds. I think that's probably going to continue. Folks love locally based things here in Palm Springs. We love the history of our town. 760-323-5123 or palmcanyontheater.net. It's Palm Springs Getaway. Go check it out. It runs through the 13th of March. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Patrick.
For having
we enjoyed
us.
it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.